Welcome back to Three Trials Barbecue. So today we're gonna make a little bit of burnt ends with a little bit of leftover flat and point. We don't have too much, but it's leftover from this weekend, and it's Tuesday, so it's getting to the point where we might as well do something about it. So I figured, why not make some burnt ends out of it? Okay, so to start, we'll start with this point that was cut incorrectly. But you can see I've let it chill out to get room temperature. So we're just gonna dice this up into you know inch pieces, and then we'll dice it up a little bit more. But um, this is usually what you make the burnt ends from. Is this point? But in this case, we don't have too much. So the plan is to dice them up. They've already cooked for the 17 hours or so. So do we really need to cook them for too much longer? No. We're just going to get it to heat up so the sauce can get tacky, and then we'll go from there. Bite-sized pieces, nothing too special. It's all fat, so we'll get that. And we're not gonna do anything special, like I said. No binder, nothing like that. We are gonna come back with a little bit of that barbecue rub from Killer Hogs. Since that's what the brisket used, that's what we're gonna use on it. So we'll use a little bit of honey, some brown sugar. We're gonna use my favorite barbecue sauce, that is Kinder's. Um, Obviously, we're gonna get it with some the barbecue rub from Killer Hogs, and then we're gonna put a little bit of butter in there. So we'll go ahead, transfer this stuff over. Spread it out a little bit. Give it a shake. Because it's all cut up, we kind of want to get the rub in there. Just want to make sure that we try to get at least all sides. So this will give it a little bit more flavor on those sides that were exposed. So I think it's looking okay there. We'll do a little slight pass. We're going to go ahead and start with a little bit of this brown sugar. We don't need too much. Now this type of leftover brisket burnt ends, they have a little bit of flat and a little bit of point. Obviously, we're not making too much, right? But usually it's just the point that you make them from. But I didn't want to lose out on making that whole brisket and not having any burn ends. So because this is leftover, I didn't put too much honey. The brown sugar looks like a lot, but it's really not. So You want to put a little bit of sauce on there, just to give them a little puddle. But you also don't want to overdo it either. So it's fire. Okay, so don't know if we'll need all this butter, but and the steps are similar to pork belly burn ends. When we get a chance to make some of those for Beano, I'll show you guys. I usually fill up a tray or two, but for right now, it's all set. We're gonna go set that Traeger to 275, and like I said, we don't need to put smoke on it. We don't need to do anything special other than just get it to the point where it warms up the burn ends and it gets the sauce nice and tacky. That butter, that brown sugar, that honey, and that barbecue sauce, they're gonna make a delicious little sauce. We just want to make sure it starts getting thick and it reduces a little bit. Once that's done, we're probably only going to cook it for 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour at the most. That's it for here. Let's go to the Traeger and let's get that fired up. I got the Traeger fired up. As you can see here, um, we got it up to 165 is where I usually start it. We got pellets in there. We're running with the reserve pellets tonight. Um, it's already starting to produce a little bit of that smoke. Even though we're not doing super smoke, it always produces a little bit of that smoke. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the temperature to 75, and we're going to let that baby run. So now we'll just wait till it gets up to temperature. I like to wait about 10 minutes so I know it's uh, got the temperature up. And then from there, we'll put them burn ends in. And as you can see, it's already starting to fire up. Uh, Stay tuned and we'll be right back. We've been rolling for 10 minutes already, about 275. So what we have here, the burn ends, we're gonna stick them in, and before we do that, we're gonna have to wrap them in that foil. So um, once we do that, it should have no problem staying within temperature and warming up and melting into that butter. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. So now that they're wrapped up, let's go ahead and open this up. Let's throw them in. Put them in there. Okay, so now that we have them in, let's go ahead and set our timer. And let's go with 45 minutes, and we'll be back. All right, guys, it just hit. We just touched down on 45 minutes. Let's take a look and see what they're looking like. Okay, so let's take them out. So let's even. So let's mix them up a little bit. can see the butter. Might as well give them a stir. The butter, the barbecue sauce, it kind of separated, right? So the sauce is still a little fluid, hasn't really thickened up. So what I want to do is I'm just gonna give them a mix up here, and then we'll put them in there. Um, I don't know. We'll go another 15 minutes, check up on them, and then we'll go from there. You can tell it's starting to thicken up. So we'll spread them out a little bit. We'll give them about 15 more minutes. So we'll put them back in. Looking good so far, guys. All right. We'll be back in 15. Okay, we've hit an hour. Let's bust these out. Let's see what they look like. That's what I wanted to see. So look at that, guys. Already thickening up. So I think at this point, it's safe to say that we'll just give it a stir. Get them mixed up a little bit again. And then what we'll do is we'll put them in there. So they can get a chance to caramelize. And we'll leave them exposed with no light. Okay, let's put them back in. We'll go in about 10 minutes. We're back. Let's take a look. Deliciousness? I think so. Look at that stuff, y'all. Sauce is thickened. They look super good. Let's go inside and we'll try one out. Leftover brisket, burn ends, a little bit of that flat, a little bit of that point. Today we use Killer Hog's barbecue rub, Kinder's barbecue, a little bit of brown sugar, honey, and some butter. And we took that leftover brisket, made some beautiful burn ends. As you can see here, it only took 1 hour. I set the temperature to 275, checked them at 45 minutes, then ran it for an additional 15, and then 10 minutes just unwrapped in the Traeger, and this is the final result. So we'll give it a taste test. They look delicious. Check that out. They taste great. Definitely can tell it's got the softness of that 17-hour overnight brisket, and you can definitely tell that rub that we used to bring out those exposed ends today made a difference. I mean, that's money. Thank you for joining me. 3 Trials Barbecue. Hit that like, subscribe. Pork belly burn ends in the future coming up. Tomorrow we do a little bit of meal prep, so join me for that. We'll see you soon.